Hey, and welcome to More Post to Post. We just got done filming what we liked about soccer, five things on my list. And I also have five things I dislike about soccer.
I don't blame you.
So there's a little bit of a negative tone to this video,
Oh.
but it has to be talked about because we're doing it for every sport.
That's right.
Five things I like and five things I dislike about every sport.
Things
So
you would
if
change.
you want to see my opinion on other sports, there's some videos released already on the channel, and there's some more videos coming for other sports. So please subscribe if you're not already. Okay, are you ready for my list? You don't know
I'm
my
ready.
list, by the way.
I do not. I have not looked. I can
So-
guess. I know one of them for sure.
Okay, number
'cause
one.
We've talked about it.
Diving and crying.
Yes.
Is that it?
Yeah.
All right. So, and it's got to the point where it's severely embarrassing for the league. It's actually the main reason why I have not watched soccer until now, and still find it very frustrating sometimes. There's so much embellishment and whining and crying. Did you see the one the other night where Buddy stepped on a dude's ankle when he was on the ground, and he freaked out and he was flopping all over the place and he's grabbing his head and he was crying. And it's like, grow up.
Yeah.
God.
And when you say the crying, I extend that to this here,
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
praying.
Definitely.
They pray to the ref. You'll find 7 or 8 players all around the ref. Oh, don't do what you're gonna do. Don't pull that yellow card out of your pocket. Please. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of this. And there's a lot of this.
Yeah, a lot of that.
And in the game that we watched earlier today, England-Colombia in the World Cup round of 16, there was some pretty tense moments between the two teams. And they just, at one point, the ref had made a call. And it wasn't a huge call. It was just a turnover type thing, infraction. And I thought the Colombian players were going to mob him and take him to the ground. They were bumping into him and trying to get his attention and convince him to change his mind. He'd already made his decision. He'd pointed at the ground. He'd thrown his hand forward to show who would have possession. And he's made his mind up. Right or wrong, he's made his mind up. Get out of his face.
I agree, totally.
They whine and cry all the time. It's disgusting.
It is, I agree.
More so in some countries and some parts of the world than others.
Absolutely.
But it happens to some degree everywhere, and I hate it.
Well said. Rant over. Number 2, sponsorships.
Oh.
It's,
You don't like my sponsorship.
I want to see the team's logo front
You
and
want
center,
this
big. Yeah, I want to see what team I'm looking at. I don't want to see no Chevy logo. If I wanted to see a Chevy logo, I'd watch commercials in between the halves, or I'd go online and see 1,000 Chevy commercials and pop-ups all over everywhere. I don't want to see an ad on a jersey.
But this is how things get paid for.
I don't care.
All right.
You can have
You have spoken.
You can have soccer without that. There doesn't need to be that. Take it off.
Not now.
Number 3, the announcers. Some of the announcers drive me crazy.
Really?
I find them really biased towards certain teams. I can't remember. There's a game the other day I was watching between. I honestly can't remember the country. It was maybe the Japan and someone, but they were so harsh on Japan. Like they were clearly like it was like, oh my goodness, are you really? Like, did you just say that? Like it's a favorite. I found there's a lot of favoritism from what I've listened to.
I haven't noticed that.
Listen for it.
Well, I do. I think I pay pretty close attention. I do notice when in the case of what we were watching today, it was the British televised announcers covering England versus Colombia. But I thought they were quite fair. There was one time when it was Maguire went down very easily, like there was hardly any contact, and he goes down like he's been shot, and the announcers called him out on it. I thought that was good.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
I'm not saying all the announcers. I'm just saying there are some.
Okay.
Just like hockey.
Fair.
Number 4, no fighting. Don't you want to see it sometimes? I mean, they get in each other's face and they're all slappy and stuff, and like just let them go at it. Just let them have it. It's like hockey. Let them go at it and see what happens. So I'd actually like to see fighting in soccer. I think that would take away the whining and crying and diving and stuff, because when someone dives in hockey, sometimes a fight breaks out because you need to pay the price for diving and embellishing. You need to answer, and I think that some soccer players should answer for their diving.
I do too. I completely agree. I would extend this so far, we're back on diving, but as to say that if a player is not caught at the time, he makes a bad dive. That video review can still result in him getting a yellow card after the game that would apply against him in the next game. And were he to get a second yellow card in that game, turns into a red and he's gone. I would like that. And with fighting, what would you think about this? Because what do you do with players that fight in soccer? Like in the NHL, they fight, they're in the penalty box for 5 minutes, maybe 10, maybe a game, depending how violent it was, and they're gone. They may come back out and fight again. That happens once in a while.
Yeah.
But in soccer, you don't have a penalty box of the variety that you have in the NHL. There's a penalty area, but it's not a penalty box.
Penalties.
Nope, just let them fight.
Let them fight.
And then go back to playing.
If they're being little babies about it and they start kicking each other, game misconduct, you're gone forever. No kicks. You can't kick another person.
So just your dude.
Just your knuckles. I just want to see a little tilly, a little tilt.
Little knuckle chucking.
Yeah, a little fight. Just with the knuckles, and if you're still good to play, then you keep playing.
I don't agree.
Soccer players need to be toughened up.
I think you're just trying to be controversial, and it's working. You got me wound up.
Yeah.
I don't agree on the fighting.
Boom. Number 5, end plus time or whatever. Like
what? The stoppage time? Oh my goodness.
I don't get it. It's just I don't understand how that's even allowed in the sport. That the ref just blows the whistle when he wants to. Whenever he wants to end the game, he blows it. How does that make sense? How is that even allowed?
Well, the ref is not going to blow the game when a team is on the attack inside the box of the other team. He's not going to blow the play dead when there is a play underway. So no one's going to get ruined by a referee's whistle. Usually, when the whistle gets blown, the ball is sailing over midfield because there's been a goal kick or something. So it's not going to decide the game.
I know, but it's just no one knows when he's going to blow the whistle. No one knows when the game is going to end. No,
I think it's great.
I do not like it.
You're crazy.
I don't like it.
I think it's great.
All right, what don't you like about soccer that I didn't have on my list? Or is there anything that?
Oh, there's quite a bit I don't like about soccer. I think they're actually, and some of these are big changes I would make. I think there are too many players on the pitch. Each side has a goaltender plus 10, 11 guys out front. And there's too many. It's in as much as this is a giant field with lots of empty space, the players don't have enough room to show their skill.
I agree. I completely agree. That's a great one.
Yeah. So I think there's just too many guys out there. Have it it's like rugby. I've watched rugby, and I liked rugby to a point. I don't understand it fully, but I like it. And then I saw rugby sevens, where they just have 7 players on each side, and they play for 7 minutes. And they play... It's unbelievable how much more fun that is to watch than a whole rugby team where they're all just banging into each other. So
I agree.
Yeah. So I would cut that, but that would completely change the fabric of the game. Maybe there should be a variety of soccer in the off season that's played on a slightly smaller pitch or the same size pitch, just with fewer people, and just to see what would happen.
All right, interesting. I'll take that under consideration.
Okay. Or when they go to extra time, for instance, they usually don't. They usually end in a draw if it's tied 1-1 in league play. They don't do the shootout thing. They just go home. It's a draw. Each team gets 1 point. I like how they score things in soccer. You get 3 points for a victory, 1 point for a tie, nothing for a loss.
This isn't what you like about soccer. This is what you dislike about soccer.
Oh. Okay. Well, what I dislike about soccer is that when they do have extra time, like they do in the World Cup, when in the knockout round, they play the same amount of players. One thing I think the NHL did right is reduce the number of players on the ice to improve scoring, improve skill, and to show a better game to the fans. I'd like to see that done. The other thing I don't like about soccer is they don't do sudden death in these overtime games. They play a full 30 minutes. And I don't know if you knew this, but if one team had scored in today's game, they would still have played out the remaining 30 minutes and give the other team a chance to score. And that's just sudden death, end it.
Interesting.
That's
okay.
what
I understand your point, and I agree with some of it. But anyway, let me know down in the comments below what you do not like about soccer. I want to read your comments. I want to know. So please do that. And subscribe if you're new to see the other sports that we're coming out with and stuff. So thanks, guys, for watching. I appreciate it. Like this video if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.